Most weddings people go to is about outdoing their fragrances, at least here in the East. In the West, it might be a little different, but it's always about who's got the best and the strongest fragrance. Wedding fragrances should be strong, high quality, and exotic. You want to turn heads in a room that's just fumigating fragrance. These are some of the fragrances that I would pick. By Ahmed Al-Maghrabi, the newest, 2025, or even Ignite Oud. Bangers. This has their vibe that you'll find in some of their other fragrances. Imagine Imperial Valley meets The Most Wanted by Azzaro, the Parfum version. Sexy cardamom with toffee, but also a musky oud. You get this. I want to smell sexy, confident, but also dark and mysterious with projection. Sphinx Black Anubis. You're gonna see this come up a couple of times, guys, because it's that good. Better than Baccarat Rouge Extrait in every single way. If you're a man looking at the BR540 DNA, get this. You're welcome. Most of you perfume pros know what oud is, but for the masses, they just think fragrance. Especially here in the East, you say oud, they're gonna be like, okay, do you want fresh? Do you want, and then they end up giving you some like imagination inspo. I would call that about 80% of the people. The other 15%, think of oud as just spiced fragrances and maybe dark woods. Only 5% of the world really knows what oud is. This is for those 15%. It's called Paris Belle Najra. I tried this when I was at the convention and it smells like a Saudi Arabian bazaar. It has what smells like cinnamon and cardamom spice, and dusted in like a blanket of musky wood. Next one by Arif is 33, Saffron Rose and Oud. And it actually smells like a very authentic metallic spice saffron. If you know Imperial Valley, this is a more concentrated version of that. In fact, this one came out first. I'm not gonna sit here and say that one's better, this one's better. They both have different purposes. This is richer in scent profile and a lot more dense in the notes. It's longer lasting, maybe not as projecting. Imperial Valley is a bit fresher, but it also doesn't have the similar richness in backbone DNA. Last one is Oud Azraq by Swiss Arabian, or even their Shagaf original. If you really wanna knock people's socks off, go with the Elixir gold one. Since I mentioned the original, that fragrance right there, is saffron, a powdery chocolate, and rose, and the Elixir version or the Extrait is just super damn strong. Cinnamon spice over oozing and dripping woods and honey. These are fragrances that I have in my collection right now that I would wear to a wedding. I have a lot more, but they're on the way. What was I thinking? Carnal Desire and Zandal. If you know, you know. There's a lot of good fragrances. I would probably just end up layering all of them and going, because it doesn't matter what you smell like. It just matters that you basically top everybody else's presence. That's the culture. If you know, you know. Don't be obnoxious.